In a war that has lasted more than a decade, a bold new chapter has begun. Ukraine has taken the battle deep into Russian territory. Fighter jets destroyed. Russian cities shaken. Peace talks stalled. What's really happening in the Russia-Ukraine war? Let's dive into the latest June 2025. On June 1st, Ukraine launched the surprise, high-impact drone operation known as Operation Spider's Web. Over 117 explosive-laden drones, smuggled inside Russia, hidden in sheds and rooftops, were launched at 5 key air bases. Targets included Olenya in the Arctic, Ivanovo near Moscow, Belaya and Dyagilevo in central Russia, and Ukrainka in the Far East. In total, 41 Russian aircraft were destroyed, including strategic Tu-95 and Tu-22 bombers, and an A-50 early warning plane, key tools for Russia's nuclear and airstrike capabilities. Military analysts say the attack caused nearly $7 billion in losses to Russia, the biggest single-day damage to Russian air power since the war began. The operation was led by Ukraine's intelligence agency, the SBU, and took 18 months of planning, involving insiders from within Russia. Just hours after the strikes, Ukraine and Russia met in Istanbul for peace talks. But the meeting ended in less than an hour, with no agreement. Ukraine demanded a 30-day ceasefire, return of deported Ukrainian children, prisoner exchanges. Russia rejected all proposals, insisting Ukraine give up 4 eastern regions, recognize Crimea as Russian, and stay out of NATO permanently. In response, a new military alliance was announced. The Coalition of the Willing, led by France and the UK, with support from 26 countries, including Germany, Canada, Japan, and Australia. They aim to support Ukraine's defense, possibly deploy peacekeepers, offer security guarantees in future peace talks. Meanwhile, the US, under President Donald Trump, is trying to act as a neutral mediator. Trump has called for an end to hostilities but hasn't increased pressure on Russia. Many in Congress, however, are pushing for tougher sanctions and more weapons for Ukraine. The human cost of this war is growing. Over 40,000 Ukrainian civilians have died. More than 6 million people are now refugees. Ukraine's power grid and cities continue to be targeted by Russian missiles. The IMF now predicts the war could last into 2026, unless a major breakthrough occurs. But one thing is clear, Ukraine has shown it can strike deep into Russian territory. This changes the game. Will this force Putin to the table, or trigger even more brutal retaliation? This is not just a war between two countries. It's a global crisis with historic consequences. We'll continue to bring you updates as they happen. If you found this video helpful, like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more in-depth analysis on world affairs. And let us know in the comments. Do you think peace is possible in 2025?